click, control, option, click, drag, shift, click, control, click, drag. Hey dudes, let's do some backgrounds today. Okay, so I got my sesh loaded up here from the very first video of this series. I'll leave a link somewhere up there. But here's what I got. Birds and buggies. Some more birds and buggies, but different birds and buggies. The desert wind. Just really nice. And then just a more sort of traditional forest wind. And of course, our Babylon stream. So you have these backgrounds. Remember, backgrounds have to exist for the whole scene. But every once in a while, what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll cut in, say, our ducky. Now what happens if we need to go to another scene, and let's say we're going to go to the beach. There's two ways to import sounds. I can file import audio, and this is always the safest way to do this because we're going to make a copy of the sound wherever it exists and put it in our audio files, which is just awesome. So the key thing to remember in this scenario is just make sure you hit copy. It's tempting to hit this add because it's blue and it just looks like you're supposed to hit it. But if you hit copy, it just makes a copy into your audio files folder. So it's definitely a very easy way to deal with that. If you do new track, it just shows up right here on a new track. Cool. And let's just verify if we go to our Finder window. I'm in my background sesh. And I go to audio files. There we go. Cool. So do that as much as you can, especially if you're going to be sending sessions back and forth or working with multiple people. Very easy. Okay, next step. We're going to use a workspace window. So window, new workspace, default. You click the magnifying glass that allows you to begin searching in this column. You hit this little gray check. And then you simply just go locate wherever that folder is. So under my drive and under sound, I have an FX library, and bada bingo. This is great. When you start to have a really big library, this is just like any other database program that you could use. Now all we have to do is this. Sweet. Ocean. That feels vacation-esque. Like that. So all I do is just click it and drag it. Here's the thing that I'm trying to accomplish. When you're going out of a scene, right on the cut, you should fade out one frame. So a one frame fade to exit the scene, and then guess what? A one frame fade to enter the scene. So here's my first background being cut on the next scene. Yay. So it'll go from forest to ocean. Wow, that's getting a little bit distracting. Here's what I want you guys to do. Clip gain. Bottom left of a clip. All I need to do is click this little fader with the mouse. Click. And then I'm just physically moving my mouse up and down. Volume up, volume down. It reacts in real time. Again, this is a form of mixing, and I totally admit this. So I only encourage you guys to do this to just get the backgrounds down and out of the way so you can hear the rest of your project. Don't spend any more than like 10 or 20 seconds doing this. What happens if I find a sound that I really like, but it's not stereo, it's mono? You have your file like this. What do we do? Okay, well, here we go. Click, control, option, click, drag, shift, click, control, click, drag. It's not that bad once you actually do it. I'll do it again real quick. It's lots of syntax, but it's okay. Mouse click, let go. Control, Alt Option, mouse click, drag. And that's just so I'm making a copy and keeping in sync. Boom. Shift, click, just so I can highlight both of the tracks. Control, click, drag, so I can drag it down in sync to another track. So what happens if the background that you cut is too short? It's shorter than the actual scene. Not too big of a worry here. All I need to do is hit Command D to duplicate. And then, just like in our video, make a little crossfade. I also did not talk about this way to create fades or fade outs. You can also just hover over the top right or left, or you can actually do it as a crossfade as well. I'll just show you real quick. You can just hover over the bottom of where the two clips meet. What's so cool about Pro Tools is that there's probably always at least 2 or 3 ways to do the same thing. So whatever feels good to you is the way that you should go. It's just a bunch of dudes doing that. That does sound like a mountain. You weren't lying. I got ghost winds. I got wind whistles. Here's a light wind. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. So I do my same conforming here. Tab, semicolon, control, click. If you like to snap things into place, you can take care of 2 fades at once by doing that and hitting F. Click to the end for here. Delete that, add that, delete that. Sounds pretty chill. Great. Clean seagulls. And I'm going to just cut into, you know, like the seagulls were already chirping by the time we got to the scene. I don't want to, I want it to feel like we've changed from one location to the other. I can also do stuff like this. Like maybe I don't want the seagulls to go on and on and on. So I can kind of make a cut point like this. Maybe even a crossfade just so that we don't hear that. Maybe cut the tail end of that off. This might work, this might not work, but let's see what happens. Just having some fun. Just cut it in, get it in. You'll hear me say that all the time about sound editing and design. Just get it in the session, get more than you need in the session. It's so easy to hit mute once you get to the final session if you don't want it. It's so hard to add more stuff when you're sitting there in the final mix going, oops, we forgot some stuff. This is a basic way just to get you guys going on backgrounds and background style effects that you're going to pepper in and add some spices here and there. So as usual, thanks for watching. I hope that you had a good time. I hope that you had some fun. I hope that you learned something. And until next time, later dudes.